I'm here tonight with Travis Williams, the Kentucky Straight Band, the lead singer.
I am. Thank you, Rich. How are you tonight, bud?
I'm doing okay.
Good, good. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Lead singer for Kentucky State Band, and yeah, we got great album that we just released, and we just found out yesterday that we one of our songs, "Fish Sober," peaked at or it debuted 26th on the Euro chart, and we're above like Lainey Wilson and Zach Top right now. So
wow.
that's pretty awesome. That's a feat in its own that I never thought I'd ever see, but it's good stuff.
Yeah, I met Lainey Wilson when she was like 18, 19 in Nashville. Uh,
Which started.
yeah.
Yeah, she's an amazing singer. Both of them are amazing artists, and I love Lainey. I've watched a couple of live shows with her when she was out with Hardy and Aldine, and she puts on a great show too.
What role of music did you grow up with?
Um, as a kid, I would say it was like Johnny Lee, Johnny Cash, Alabama, a lot of the great, basically the crooners of country, Reba, Dolly, all the greats, right? George Jones, and then as I got a little bit older, I think I went back and forth between rap and alternative and it was the 90s era. That was the grunge era. So that was when I was kind of going back and forth between all different types of music, but stayed pretty true to my roots for a while. And then I ended up when I was 14. I started out in Richmond, Virginia, with Gasoline Alley Productions doing stuff for a band called Sudden Impact, and it's been a ride ever since. But going from there to Nashville, and I was in Nashville for a while, learned the ins and outs of writing and becoming an accredited writer. And then I took a little hiatus, military, and then came back to Colorado, tried to start my own country band here. And then, the influences at that point in time were pretty much like Keith Urban, Garth Brooks, the whole 90s, 2000s era. And now we're here.
Okay. How would you describe the music um, you create?
I would say it's a mix between modern country, a little bit of old. We on this album particularly, we try to add in Walt. We try to add in, we got to have our sad songs. We got to have our love lost songs, and then some fun songs. So we try to mix up a little bit of everything, but cater to as many people as possible versus focusing on one thing at it and sticking with it. And so far it's been pretty successful. Everybody, the relay back from what we're getting about this album is that everybody's like, I don't really have a favorite. There's a lot of them on there that are great. So that's pretty exciting to hear.
Okay. Do you prefer listening to music or create it?
Both. So the creating part is just when I sit down and I start writing these songs and stuff like that. That's when I go into my creative mode, and I love to come up with hooks and come up with verses, or sometimes the verse ends up becoming the chorus and stuff like that, depending on when I get with the band and we start laying out tracks and stuff. So I would say the creative side is always fun, but sometimes it's frustrating. But listening to music, I mean, there's so much out there now, and kind of seeing trends and Sometimes you hear certain things. Music is music, so sometimes I hear certain songs and it just kind of sparks my own creativity. So listening to it gives me a little boost when I need some creative edge sometimes and stuff. But yeah,
Okay. We're gonna play your new single, "Fish Sober."
love it.
It was just a fishing trip. I never thought it'd come to this. Honey, won't you let me explain? It was Dave, Tim, and Terry Co. A cooler full of beer. You know I'm absolutely not to blame. They put a lot of pressure on me, saying have another one or three. Friends don't let friends fish sober. I tried to tell them that I told you that my drinking days were over. But every time I try to stop, they pop another top and say, friends don't let friends fish sober. It was hot enough to have a stroke. I didn't want to rock the boat. They kept a cold one in my hand. I said maybe just a sip, but they wouldn't let me quit. You could say they reeled me in. I didn't have a bit of luck. All I caught was a buzz. Friends don't let friends fish sober. I was sweating bullets, the beer was getting colder. But every time I try to stop, they pop another top and say, friends don't let friends fish sober. Corey's wife came to take us home. She was seeing red. He tried to lay it all off on me. I stumbled, I mumbled and said, friends don't let friends fish sober. They kept on and on and on, passing them over. But every time I try to stop, they pop another top and say, friends don't let friends fish sober. No, friends don't let friends fish sober. Honey, it wasn't my fault. They made me do
That's
Oh,
good.
fun,
That was a good song.
good stuff. Oh, it's fun to listen to. It's such a comedic song to begin with. I love it.
Yeah, it's like a pick me up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's all, I think the song always reminds me of those times when you're out and about and everybody's just like, oh, come on, just have one more, or when you're out on a boat or something like that, and especially with that, like you're out fishing or whatever with all your buddies. Even my brother, he always has a beer in his pocket, so he's always ready.
Um, Tell me about your best and worst performance.
Oh, geez. You know what? Here's what I'll say about worst performances. With those, you just have to learn, and you just got to know that a lot of the times it's beyond your control. Sometimes it's sound, sometimes it's weather, sometimes it's some days you just have a bad day, and you just don't sound good. So those are just chalk up events more than anything. But best events, best performance. I have yet to come across. I always think of Matthew McConaughey, where he's like, I envision myself 10 years from now and stuff, and I still haven't reached my pinnacle. I still haven't reached my peak, and I think that with this new band and with the new music and everything else, I think that we have a great opportunity to have some of the best performances we'll ever have. So I'm looking forward more to that. Played the stadiums and arenas and stuff like that with other artists, and whether it was backup vocalists or rhythm guitarists or whatever, and have had some amazing experiences out of it. But now that I'm kind of like the front man, it's a little bit different. It's a different ball game. There's a lot more to at stake for performances. I'm between choreographing and making sure I'm on point so that everybody else is on point. It's a lot harder than just sitting back and looking at somebody. If you mess up, everybody else is there to cover it up. But I mess up, and it's a little bit more obnoxious, and everybody's looking at me like, bro, like. There's still times I forget lyrics every once in a great while, and I just keep ad-libbing or just keep going or whatever. But yeah, it's fun. Music is music. It's a great time.
Yeah, like you're singing one thing, the band's playing something else.
Yeah, had a few of those where we start on something and be like, that's not even the song we're doing. What do you?
Okay, what's next for you?
I think we're going to push, while we're doing a merch giveaway right now, we're pushing for, trying to get more organic following. And then it's pretty much just sponsors. And now that Europe is kind of, on our radar, I think we'll start looking at trying to get with bigger sponsors and stuff like that to help us out with finances to get over there and start promoting as much as we can over there. Maybe God willing, we'll hop on somebody's tour here shortly, and then we'll go from there. I mean, it's sky's the limit, and it's hard because I know that between my wife and I, we're kind of like the managers and the promoters and stuff like that. So it's a full-time job, and people just don't understand. The jobs don't always come to you. You kind of have to go find the jobs, and it's work. It's a lot of work, but yeah, God willing, we'll be all over the United States, and hopefully with this European chart moment, we'll get over there.
It's a lot of hustling out there, even for me.
It is, man. I tell you.
Okay. Where can people go and see your videos, music, and events?
So pretty much all social media, but mainly Instagram, Facebook, and then Facebook. We usually put up our links for the shows coming up. Right now, we're focusing on new guitarists, and we have a private event that's coming up here in May, but I think we'll get a couple shows out in April before we do that. So just keep on our Kentucky Straight page, Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. We'll post. We'll let everybody know. We usually promote, especially if we're going to do a show. We promote a lot. So we want to get as many people out as we can, and we still have a CD release to do. So I'm on it, but again, it's work.
Well, thanks for being on the show tonight. I really enjoyed having you.
No, Rich, I appreciate you, man. I love being on it. Thanks for the invite, and I look forward to some in the future.